Preacher here, and this is a day in the life of a biker. And today is December 7th, and I always think about Pearl Harbor when I think of December 7th. Because in my family, one of my grandfathers was blowing off a ship outside of Pearl Harbor, thrown into the water as the planes were coming in. And to me, that day has a lot of meaning. I look around and I stop and I think about the World War II veterans and everything they endured, and all our modern day veterans, all the veterans that I've ever known. And if you're a veteran, thank you for your service. This is a day that shouldn't be forgotten. One thing I remember when I went to the Arizona Memorial is listening to the stories that they told about that day. It was a Sunday morning, Sunday, December 7th, 1941. And what I do remember is that a good deal of the people had their church services, and they were giving glory to God. And that's the time the enemy chose to attack. They figured defenses would be down because people were giving glory to God. And I look at how things work in the real world today. And one thing I see is that anytime somebody gets their life right with God, that's when the enemy attacks. The enemy attacks you when you get your life right with God, because you are now a threat. You're now somebody who is going to make it. And the enemy don't want to see that. The enemy don't want to see you be successful. But what we can stand on is the fact that we have victory in Jesus. That we will be successful, because that is the promise that God made us. Because Jesus paid it all. There's nothing we can do. So as long as we're putting our trust in Jesus and God, we're going to go to heaven. And that's important. I look around at the weather this time of year as I ride, and yeah, it's foggy. It's crazy. But for me, when you got to ride, you got to ride. You know, some people say they're fair weather riders. I've never understood that, because some people say, oh, I don't ride in the summer because it's too hot. I don't ride in the fall because it's too windy. I don't ride in the winter because it's too cold. I don't ride in the spring. And they always have a different excuse. They say they don't ride in the spring because it might rain. All I know is I know people that will ride in the winter that won't ride in the summer. And you know when the best time for you to ride is. But for me, it's like, you got to adjust to the weather and the time around you. I ride year round. I haven't had a running car of my own in 3 years. So when I got to ride, I don't have the luxury to say, hey, it's too cold. Or, hey, it's too wet. I'll tell you what, I don't like riding in the fog. I don't mind riding in the snow, but I don't like riding in the fog. You get just as cold as the snow, just as wet as the rain, and nobody can see you. But I ride when I have to ride. And I trust God to bring me through it. So this time of year, it's a good time to get out and ride. Just stay safe, stay aware, make the adjustments you got to make. I'll tell you one thing, when you're riding out in the fog, at least for me, I can see farther in a bike in the fog than I can in a car, which I find to be an advantage. So, just get out and ride your own ride. Stay safe. Do everything you can to do what us bikers do this time of year, which is go out and do things to help needy families and needy kids. Live the life that the media forgets about when it comes to being a biker. Be there for one another. If you see somebody in trouble on the side of the road, help them. And if you're a Christian, give glory to God. Be blessed. Enjoy the ride.